Okay guys, we have this idea, and you guys already know, one of my first videos I've ever made was from Plastidip. I made a how-to Plastidip video for your wheels with my Subaru. These are the original Plastidip wheels from like, man, 2013, pretty old video. Right behind me, we have our Tesla Model S that we picked up recently. And before we buy new wheels, why not Plastidip them for a while? So this is what I have, 4 spare cans of Plastidip. So today's game plan, take off the wheels, clean them, prep them, and with the 4 remaining cans, which I don't think is enough, we're gonna Plastidip the wheels black. Yeah, I don't know if other Tesla owners will Plastidip their cars, but if we might be one of the first ones, if not one of the very few. Here are the wheels. This is what they look like. 19-inch Tesla wheels. These are dirty, but I don't think they look that bad. Oh, there are some Michelin. Nice. While I put my gloves on, I'll tell you guys what we're doing. We are gonna be doing the wheels, but we actually wanna do a few other things to this car. Wrapping it is one of them, and one of them, if you guys watch one of my videos recently, my podcast, we will be putting it on bags, air suspension, kind of like what I did with my WRX and my GTR. I want to do it on this car. So there's a few problems with that idea. They don't make a specific standard kit for this car. So Icebox Custom, Lorenzo and I will be joining forces to try to figure out how to make a strut, but make it standard. So that way, if you guys want to buy one, you guys have an S, you guys can do this too. That's the idea. Let's worry about the Plastidip today. While the guys help me set up the boxes so we can remove the wheels, clean up real nice, and then have a surface area to spray them. If you guys are at home, you can do this on the car. That means you have to cover up the calipers. I have an entire separate video on how to Plastidip on your car. I'll link that in the somewhere up here and down below for that one. Okay guys, we have a problem. This wheel won't come off, and I don't want to fight this. If the impact won't take it off, there's probably something wrong with this stud right here. So what we're gonna do is, you guys are in luck, I'll teach you guys how to Plastidip this while it's on the car. It's super easy. A trash bag and some newspaper, easy. Plastidip comes off too, so it's really simple. But we'll do it right now while they're cleaning the wheel. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a trash bag, any trash bag will do, and you're gonna open it up. It's kind of a bummer this happened, but we're gonna still clean it. So I'm gonna open this up. Usually, what basically you're gonna do is try to cover up your entire rotor and your brake component. And what really helps is if you cut this in half by using your muscles, like this, and you're just gonna feed it in. I'll show you. Okay, so you're gonna take this and you're gonna feed it into the spokes, like this. Just keep going around, like that, and around. And around, right, all the way to the end. You're gonna overlap them, which is really important. And then you're gonna take it, spread it out, and cover up your rotors and your calipers. And remember, it's Plastidip, so it'll come right off after your first braking. So not a huge deal, but to prevent a lot of mess, this is what you do. And then you can join them together with a piece of tape, or you can kind of tuck it in there. It's not going to go anywhere unless you're doing it outside and it's really windy, and that's what I would suggest. One super important tip is when you're Plastidipping, make sure this bag doesn't touch the rim, because if paint gets between the rim, the plastic, and the Plastidip, when you pull this off later, it's going to stick to the back. It'll end up ripping a lot of Plastidip. So make sure it's in there and tucked backwards so your rim doesn't get, the Plastidip from your rim doesn't get pulled off. Take your time, prep is key. One last thing, on or off the wheel you're going to do, painter's tape. Super easy, not expensive at all. Cover up your stems. Just cover it up. And a trick is to cover it up. Don't let it touch the rim, because you want to be able to keep the rim even, and then leave a little flag like this. That way it's easy for you guys to rip off later. That's it. When you shoot the paint later, the Plastidip, it lays pretty even because it's not in the way, and it protects that. This wheel's pretty much ready. Just a little bit of touch up because of my greasy hands, and then we can shoot them. To do it to the lug nut, same thing. Any sort of tape would work. Just get in there, layer it around. This is obviously if you're doing it on the car. If you're not doing it on the car, then it's a little bit easier. But I've done many cars with the wheel on the car. It's not a big deal. Just make sure, again, that the paint or the tape is not touching the rim, so the Plastidip has an area to shoot into. Really, really important. If you need to get a pen to get in there, do it, or a card, scissors, whatever you need to do. Just make sure it doesn't touch. Okay, super simple. Plastidip from any local store and even Amazon. I'll link you guys in the description for this one if you guys want to buy on Amazon. My trigger that I use, I'll link this on Amazon also. Super handy. It makes the shot a lot easier, and that's what she said. It doesn't make your finger as tired. You guys will notice that I did not prep this. Some people like to put newspaper and stuff. It does not matter, trust me. If you want to make the job kind of easy, you can lay this area, but you're gonna overspray here anyways. Once you overspray here. Plastidip creates a natural line, so when you're peeling this off later on, this will come off really naturally. So no need to prep this surface. You can later take a microfiber and rub it off really easily. The important part is removing like the center cap, which we laid over there. We're gonna do separately. Your lug nuts, clean out everything. So prep is key to all this. Prep, prep, prep. And then some of you guys will actually want to do the barrel, then do the barrel. For us, I don't really care about the barrel, so we didn't clean it thoroughly. If you want to do the barrel, just flip it inside out or flip the wheel over once it's dry and then do the barrel separately. But that means you also have to clean it too. Something to keep in mind, we're not going to do the barrel, we're just going to do the face. All right guys, I have about basically almost like 2.5 cans because these two are kind of empty from the last set. So we're going to shoot it one light even spray for the first one, and then we just kind of layer it on there. Our goal is about 6 coats, which is a lot, and you got to leave at least a 15 to 20 minute dry time between each one. I've already shaken this. I'm going to hit the floor, test spray it. I'm just gonna do outside. You'll find a pattern with your wheel depending on its shape. So everything's prepped. Ta-da! Nice and spotty. Trust me, it turns out better. All right. Gunmetal. That's the color. Now it's gunmetal. That's it. We're done, guys. Offer up $350 each wheel. Okay, these are our center caps. Pop them off really easily. Just gonna lay them out. Same thing. Just gonna shoot them. There's a reason why there's 3. I'll explain later. Try to get every angle so you can get the corners too. So guys, I've been doing YouTube for like 10 years. I didn't even press the record button. Fucking fail. Anyways, we take 2. Wheel on car, lug nut won't come off. Stem covered up. But we can't take this off because we can't remove the wheel off of it. And I don't want to stick a tool in here, but you guys can still overspray it. And just remember there's gonna be a little seam, but not a huge deal. I was telling you guys, remember to shake, shake, shake. It's best if you have a full one, but we are using our scrap ones right now. This trigger is really handy, or else you'll be using your fingers. So we're just gonna shoot it. Remember to have different angles. Angles this way, this way, this way. That way you guys can get in between. This one has a lot of grooves, so we wanna make sure it's nice and even. If it's not, luckily Plastidip is pretty easy to work with. And you can always spray a little bit over later on. It's really, really forgiving stuff, and it's not that expensive, and it comes off. So if you mess up the whole wheel, all you really messed up was a couple bucks and a lot of your time. So not a huge deal, but let's shoot it. Remember, spray onto the tire like this. You guys can cover up the car. I'm not too concerned about it since we're inside, so it's not really windy. But if you guys are working at home and are outside and it's really windy, definitely cover up your car. But even if it gets on your paint, you can actually just rub it off with microfiber, so not a huge deal. Ta-da! There you go, light coating. All right guys, so we did 4 rims or wheels, you guys wanna call them. 3 center caps and 1 center cap on the car with a can that's pretty kind of empty. So now we're gonna wait about 10 to 15 minutes, and some people wait for 20 minutes, which is like a recommended time. But in this case, I'm gonna see what we can get away with, like 10, 15 minutes. And then we're gonna continue the process over and over until we get 6 coats or until you guys think it's nice. Couple ideas is make sure you put a lot of coats. Some guys cheap out and do 3. The reason why you don't want to do that is when the layer is super thin, when you go to peel it off later on, it's really difficult to peel it off. So with 6 coats, which I've done 6 coats on pretty much everything I've done, it's really easy to peel off, including when I did it to my Tesla X door handle. It was really nice. So what you want to do is do 6 coats. Really important to do 6 coats. And then what I'm going to do now, and I did talk about earlier about how you should cover up your car in case there's high winds so overspray doesn't get anything. I'm just going to do it for you guys so you can see what I'm doing, just to be fair for those guys who are doing it at home. Couldn't find newspaper, found some old cardboard. So what I'm going to do is get this tape to work, stick them on the car. I'm just going to focus on pretty much this spacing right here because I know I will overspray this way. So when you're spraying, you do definitely want to have a stroke that is outward like this, and then start here and then come back in. That way you don't get a big splotch right here. So start here, spray in like that, and then flick your wrist outward. So I'm gonna cover up this area. That should make me pretty happy and comfortable, but once again, it's Plastidip, so it'll come right off.
You should just roll it like that, to be honest.
Just like this?
Yeah.
Well, this is me creating a wide body. You just didn't know that.
Oh shit.
This is my new wide body kit right here. Pretty badass.
It is very badass.
See, so this is where the flare is right here. So I don't call this Rocket Bunny. Yeah. Hey, side note, you guys are still watching and listening. You guys watch the new Black Mirror, the VR? I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but watch it. That made me just confused about life. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
You liked it, huh? You liked it? You liked the interaction? Yeah, low key, you want to try it? I'm down if you want to try it. Anyways, if you guys haven't yet, Black Mirror, the new season, I forget which one it is, probably 4 or whatever, but it has, it's about VR. Just watch it. It mind effed me. I'm confused about everything in life, things that I thought I knew. Black Mirror tends to do that. It's weird. Hey, what'd you think of it?
It was interesting.
It was interesting. You can't wait for that day, huh?
Yeah.
You're like, damn, I can't wait for that day when it comes, man.
I've been waiting since before I saw that episode.
I thought it was just in my imagination, but luckily other people feel the same way.
It's not just. I thought I was alone on this.
So ghetto of a way to do this. I have everything else in this damn building except newspaper. But this is my white body. You see how I'm templating how white I want it? See? Layer number 2 with a very empty can. Ooh. So as you guys are spraying it, you'll see which kind of pattern you like. Start off with everything and you'll fine tune it so it's nice and even. As long as you really try to get it even, your like 5th and 6th coats will be pretty much already black. But here you're able to still kind of touch up the spaces that you want to. Never just concentrate on one spot. Let's say like this spot's fairly heavy right here, you can see it. Then you can, instead of going here and this place is really light, start from here and sweep down like this. That way this spot gets least, but you still get this space right here. But don't just sit here and go like this, because you'll end up with 2 spots like that. Okay, quick little update. It's getting a little bit dark, but you can see this is our 2nd coat on our set that are sitting on the floor. It looks pretty much gray, kind of gunmetal. Here's the other ones, pretty much the same. Here, check this out. These are the center caps, and you can kind of see there where one of them has a little bit too much of a spray. That one right there with the line. Watch, it'll correct itself later on. What I'll need to do is replace the can with a new can, and we should be good to go. But keep an eye on this one, okay? Okay, this rim is the first one that we used. Has 2 coats on it right now. It's ready for its 2nd coat. I used, this can is probably like this much left. I put a new can in that's kind of empty, and we're gonna shoot it one more time. And it's pretty much gray with the spots of black, but we'll get it closer. Okay, I can see here how I'm a little bit light on this side, so this is your opportunity to start adjusting and fixing the spaces right here. So your 3rd layer is a good layer for you to start slowing down, shooting it, making sure you get all the crevices. This is nice and even. A lot of people tend to make this spot too even because, or too thick, because when you shoot it like this, you always end up in this stroke. So keep in mind, go here, flick, start letting go here, sprays light here. So you guys remember, Plastidip is super forgiving, so don't focus on perfection on your sprays. Worry about that 5th and 6th coat, because right now it's really spotty. Even my 3rd coat over there is really spotty, but it gives you the opportunity in your 5th and 6th even more to correct all those spots. Right now, just worry about getting nice light coats down so they build up the layers. That way they're dry. Once they're dry, they build up a good bond, and then from there, it should last for a long time. I had a Range Rover with it for like 3 years, and it stayed on for a very long time. Get older, everything squirts sideways. You guys kind of get the concept, right? Spray it a bunch, let it sit, and spray it some more, let it sit, keep on going. So I'm not going to torture you guys with 6, 7 versions of me spraying it, so I'm pretty much going to do about 6, see how it looks, and figure out the 7th. But I'll show you guys how I removed all this right here. You can actually see Plastidip sitting here. Is it like my Asian squat? What's up, homie? Hello, huh? I can do your wheel for you, huh? $5, huh? Alright guys, so we did about 7 coats, and this is what kind of looks like right now. This is about 7 coats. Last one is still drying. It looks pretty good. About 7 coats here and a lot of touch-ups. So what I did was, last 5, 6, and 7th coat are really thick and very slow. That way way I get really good coverage, thick coverage. For you guys, it's really preference. This is super easy to do from home, in a garage, wherever it is. It's actually really easy to do it on a car, so you guys don't need to take it off. In this case, I just took it off. But I mean, for like, you know, $20-$30 of Plastidip, pretty nice. I mean, it's good, right? Looks cool. You guys can add glossifier to it if you guys want it kind of glossy. In this case, I kept it matte. The glossifier initially makes it really shiny, but after a while it just completely becomes really dull. And then when you put glossifier, it's kind of hard to remove it later on. So don't really suggest it. Looks good initially, but not really good after time. So in this case, just leave it matte. They come with a bunch of different colors. You've seen I've done red before. In this case, we're doing just black. Center caps look good. See, still looks good. Here are the other wheels. They look good too. In this case, you'll see how the Plastidip here is really thick. You can kind of see it. See how it's rubbing off like skin? It's going to be really easy to remove this later on. You just literally grab this and just kind of run it along like that. See how it's separating? But we'll leave it towards the end later because, oh, you know what? I might as well just peel it off now. I'll show you guys. Look at that. Boom. See how easy that is? Easy peasy. And the excess here, you can rub off with a microfiber later on. Here, check it out. Really easy. When you get a really good coat on there, man, it becomes really easy. Everything's pretty much dry, so I'm not too concerned about it touching the actual rim. But once you do a nice overspray of it, comes off real easy. Like I said earlier, all this excess right here can just be rubbed off like that. Trav, I took off my condom, bro. Nice. It's like Black Mirror. Well, it's like Black Mirror. Oh. All right, so we're gonna remove the excess on the tire. Just basically peel it off. And the rim is clean now, so the rim is dry, so we don't have to worry too much about it touching the rim. But it creates a natural line, see? Really simple. That's it. Is that off? Let's just pinch. And then you take a microfiber. I'm gonna wipe it off. Take any microfiber, you can just pretty much rub it. See how it's coming off right now? Anything that doesn't come off immediately will come off over time, unless you wanna sit here and do it. So be careful not to touch the rim yet because it's still a bit soft. So I would let it cure overnight before you guys go out for drives or anything like that. So what we're gonna do is we're not gonna mount them yet until tomorrow morning, and then we'll get some day shots for you guys. Meantime, just kind of rubbing it. See, it comes right off. And I don't wanna get too close yet. We'll do that tomorrow. Some TYT on this bad boy. You should just drive like this. Seems about safe. I actually have a story on that. Yeah, we've driven like that before. That's not a story for YouTube. Never mind. That's a childhood story. Actually, no, I can tell it on a podcast maybe. It's a childhood story. It's a bad story. There's a reason why. My brother's in prison now, so. We should have just left the Plastidip on because it made the tire look black. More black, matte black. That's a new mod, guys. Make your tires look even more black. See? There's more Plastidip right here. I don't want to get in there yet because the tire is still soft. It's still drying. Plastidip lasts a long time. You guys can power wash it and scrub it as long as you've put enough layers and let it dry long enough. Once the layers are dried and cured, you can pretty much abuse it. And it's really, really inexpensive, so you guys can always put more layers later on. Same process, just clean it up real nice and then add more layers as you go. Brand new. Throw it on OfferUp. Let's do it. Actually, I'm actually being serious too. Alright guys, good morning. Today's the next day, so the Plastidip has been curing for at least, what, 12 hours or so? Maybe 10 hours. So we're going to put them on. I'm not going to bore you guys with putting it on. We're just going to fit them, and then we're going to see how they look out in the sunlight for you guys. Be right back. One more thing, I might as well show you guys this one. Man of my word, showing you guys how to remove the baggie out of it. So remember yesterday we covered up the rotors, the brake component, the calipers with a bag to prevent the Plastidip from spraying onto it. So what we're going to do is remove it. Remember I was telling you guys to make sure you guys Plastidip everything around it, overspray definitely. Just push the bag away from it to make sure it's not touching the back of the wheel where the Plastidip is sticky, and then just remove it. So I know I put my seam roughly around here, and I'm just gonna yank it out slowly. Gotta do this when it's dry. Oh, it sounds like the guys are here. Moment of truth, guys. Cool. Found my seam. Slowly thread it out. There you go. No issues. It looks good. Sitting around there. Nice and dry. And then I might as well remove this. Boom, lug nut, see? Came right off, nice and easy. Since I'm here, why not remove the valve stem? Easy. That's why I was telling you guys to create that little tab so you just grab it and pull it right off. I'm gonna take off my wide body I was telling you guys about. Ooh, after torquing down everything for a very long time, just make sure it's set and safe for the guys. I'm gonna pull it out and show you guys what it looks like. All right guys, moment of truth. We didn't do any tire shine on this yet. I don't wanna use any chemicals on the entire Plastidip yet. Ooh, it looks so much better. It's so subtle, but so much better. Wow, with tire shine, it looked really good. Yeah, with tire shine. Wow. Okay, okay.
Oh, yeah,
way better. Yeah.
We didn't get to clean those.
Car's dirty right now, but it looks good.
We'll bring it back.
Tinted windows, black wheels. We're gonna chrome delete everything.
Fuego? With the secret. Oh, it's already. You talked about it already.
What?
The door.
Kinda.
Oh shit. No,
Kinda.
I can't talk about it.
Yeah, it looks good. Like so much better.
I want to clean that one so bad.
And gotta stick these bad boys on. Came out nice. Is there a way we like doing this? Anyone care?
Let's see.
Like that? Like this way? Yeah, I don't think it fits for some reason. Just like that?
Yes.
Okay, just like that. So the only problem we ran into was, this is not Plastidip related, but we noticed for the video that last week we were looking at the car, the studs for the lug nut, they were a little bit tight. So I know the wheels have been switched out on this car, so I'm kind of iffy about it. One of the lug nuts wouldn't go back on, so we're not gonna even try that. We're gonna have to replace the studs on it. But besides that, the car looks really good. If you guys have any questions about Plastidip or anything like that, comments below or Google's your friend. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.